Welcome to Absurdly Nerd. Today we're talking about all of the DC news that's came out.
My name's Cole.
My name's Eric.
And I'm Jonathan.
This is your evening news.
So let's do a quick overview of the DC news right now. So what has happened is, you know how they did that whole thing where they're bringing Henry Cavill back?
You know it's Cavill. Why'd you?
I don't know.
You said it was like Cavill, whatever.
I don't know. I'm not British. But anyway, yeah. So they're bringing Henry Cavill back was the news when, you know, James Gunn and all that. And I think they were probably going to stick with that if Black Adam would have
been good.
Yeah, been good, but
yeah,
it didn't come out. And then Henry Cavill's kind of older too, and so they ended up.
Hold on, can you pause right there? I want to say it's crazy how much the DC was hinging on various things. Like,
yes,
they were hinging completely on Black Adam. At one point, they were hinging completely on Flash. Whatever, what was it? Flashpoint.
Yeah.
And it just keeps shitting on them.
Yeah.
Their decision to put it all riding on one thing at a time.
How do y'all feel about
crazy.
James Gunn coming into DC?
Oh, it's the best.
Oh, it's
choice
awesome.
they could ever made.
It's fan. They have another guy that's
Some would say he's the bleach that's going to get the stains of the DC out.
Yeah.
Full circle.
No, that'll forever be
Boom.
there, but we won't think about it with this specific iteration.
Yeah.
I won't. A lot of people will. It's going to be like the X-Men problem, where everybody thought about
and then
that other one.
Yeah.
So the newest news is that they're not going to go forward with Henry Cavill as Superman. He has his own little bit of news regarding a Warhammer cinematic universe. So that's a whole nother cool thing to talk about. But we're going to focus on the DC stuff. So James Gunn came out and said that he's focusing on he wants a younger Superman.
Which is cool.
Which is cool. It's a bittersweet thing because we all love Henry Cavill. His Superman was pretty good. It wasn't bad. And Man of Steel was a good movie.
Yeah.
Regardless of what people say, it's a good movie. It's not a fucking...
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's not stellar, but
yeah,
it's good.
yeah.
But Henry Cavill is the first Superman I've liked, so I think it can be done better. I think it can be done better.
Christopher Reeves was good, but it's a different time. That's a different time.
Yeah. But anyway, so he's like focusing on a younger Superman. And a lot of people are mad about this, but...
Why would
honestly,
you be?
it's bittersweet for me because, like, yes, we love Henry Cavill Superman, but this means that DC is going to do it right.
Yeah.
They're going to start over
Yeah, even
and
if
do
they,
it slow.
if they even keep one actor, then they're already
Right.
screwing
Then
up.
Exactly.
It's already
Exactly.
screwing up.
You got to remove all ties to this abomination that we've had for the past, 12 years? No,
Yeah,
it's
wash
ain't
your
been that long. Yeah, maybe.
Abomination.
Boom, pun intended.
Hey, I'm always bringing it back to Marvel.
But yeah, so and also he's also gone out. James Gunn has gone out and said, I think on Twitter somewhere, that they're not bringing in Matt Reeves' Batman either to the DCU,
Which is fine.
which is good. I like that. Because he's already established a thing.
it, though?
And I don't know how they would bring in that Batman.
Are we about to have two Batmans running at the same time?
I don't think we'll get a Batman story for a while.
Oh, whoa.
Like,
Yeah, I think they're going to start with Superman.
Batman story.
I understand that. Okay, like I guess if you look at it this way, Marvel started with Iron Man. Iron Man was not Spider-Man,
No.
you know, or even Captain America, which people probably would have equated. If you're going to start an MCU, you start it with Captain America, not Iron Man.
Before Marvel movies, would you say Iron Man is a top tier Marvel?
No, I would have thought him as like a really high-end B-tier character.
Yeah.
You know, like I would have thought like this is a cool character that
Spider-Man,
doesn't
Fantastic
affect that
Four,
much.
most of the X-Men were the top tier.
Yeah, it was those. I would say those are the three properties from Marvel that were big. But Batman's on another level, man. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
it really is.
Spider-Man was still there and would have been the headliner
Yeah.
if Disney's Marvel had the opportunity to use it. They would have started there.
Yeah.
But it is wild to think that Batman won't be a part of this James Gunn one for a while.
Yeah.
In a big capacity.
In a
at least.
big, like, so.
He'll be in the Suicide Squad too. You know, they'll
So will
integrate
they
him
continue
into
with
there.
that, or will they start new with that too?
Oh, do not get rid of that one. That
No.
one was supposed to be the new wave.
I don't know because it's tied to Deadshot.
Yeah.
It references Deadshot. It references the Joker.
You can always reference them. They
references
didn't say
Jared
Will
Leto's
Smith's
Joker.
Deathshot.
Yeah, but come on, we know what it is.
The problem is
I want them to
Harley.
keep Peacemaker for
Harley's
sure.
a problem.
Harley is a problem because she's good.
Yeah. But she's
And
kind of fourth wall breaking, so it can
just
be
a-
like Deadpool. Deadpool can bridge that gap, and people feel
Also, I hope they keep Peacemaker because I love that shit.
Yeah, Peacemaker's good. Idris Elba's good. Those three in there. King Shark's awesome too, but I mean, he's just a lovable.
no, everything about Suicide Squad and Peacemaker is fine. That's
Yeah.
what we want from
Yeah,
this new
exactly,
DCEU, whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah, so I'm fine with wiping their hands and starting over.
Yeah.
Completely. Like
I think selectively.
All the stuff,
Still like that.
Yeah.
all the stuff they have in works right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is going to suck. It's going to be kind of rash, and but they should cut it all.
Oh, completely cut
Cut it all. Like I know that the Blue Beetle movie was supposed to be a big deal for some people, but you can start over and have that character, build him from the ground
without
up,
wasting it.
wasting it on a shitty movie.
Put him in a movie.
Just forcing it to be out and then not have it connected to anything. That's we don't want a Morbius.
No,
we don't want a Venom.
Yeah.
We don't want that in the
This
DCEU.
is a show though, ain't it? A CW show.
No.
No, that's a movie.
It was supposed to be a show, and they pulled it because they said, "Oh, it'll be a bigger movie."
Yeah.
You know, the first thing James Gunn needs to do is destroy the contract with CW.
Yes.
Never make another CW show ever.
Yeah,
That is ruining the image of DC.
I also really don't see CW sticking around.
I don't know, man. Like Supernatural props that freaking place up.
They're done now. Supernatural's done.
I know, but I'm saying like reruns of that thing.
Yeah.
That channel will not die.
Arrow.
Because there's a lot of stupid. I'm sorry, it sounds ridiculous. There's a lot of people that like a lot of those shows. This is
Yeah, but
rude.
that's because
This
they
is
were
rude,
15.
But there's a lot of stupid people that watch those freaking terrible CW shows.
Well, they're 15. You're 15 when you watch those.
I watched CW
No,
shows.
there's a lot of like
Riverdale.
middle-aged
Riverdale
Karens.
and Gotham.
Gotham was cool.
Gotham was fun. That's not a CW show.
That was
That's a
Fox.
Fox show.
Yeah,
that's
right.
a lot better.
It felt like a CW
Arrow
show.
was cool until it wasn't cool.
Right. It was good for the first half of it, and
Yeah.
then it got really bad. Flash, I'm gonna say, was never good.
It's just
Sorry.
also-
I
it's
never
also
did.
like-
I think people like the casting of Flash.
Well, see what it is
He's
the
whatever.
CW their shows can follow the comic books a lot closer, but they don't have the budget, so it all looks CW. There's CW jank.
the
to it.
writing is
What
fine.
James
but
Gunn
make
has
it
to-
I mean, it's
better.
not that.
what he
fun.
has to do
Well,
is
no,
make
the
the
writing-
world feel like connected, like Marvel.
Yes,
does.
yes.
Where like you can have a Green Lantern movie and it feel the same universe as the Superman movie, as the Batman movie. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it didn't fit in. Like the characters felt weird and
Well, see, I think the thing that
Justice
helped
League.
Marvel was that they all had one city. They all used New York.
yeah.
Whereas in DC, you have Metropolis, Gotham.
And don't make them run across the bay.
Hey, and
Central
visually,
City,
none of
yeah.
those movies look alike.
They really don't.
No.
But
Marvel did the bad thing when they made Eternals. It does not look like a Marvel movie. That is the one that I can point at and be like, this does not fit in with the rest. And it
one of
kinda
these
breaks the
things is
illusion.
not like the other.
100%. That's why I think it is the worst Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I didn't the first time I watched it.
I do, and like thinking back on it, I do, but it did, like you could tell me it wasn't a Marvel movie, and I would like besides
Right.
the one or two references that
It feels
really
like
no-
Dune more than
Yeah.
Marvel, honestly. Like in ways, the direction of it and everything.
They try to set up so much that we would have known of in 20-something movies.
Right?
Like,
Yeah, they're just all of it. Like so many retcons.
yeah. Anyway,
Not a Marvel discussion, but I mean kind of because we're weighing the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they move away from the CW, the problem with the CW stuff is it sells merch. It does. Like people buy the merch for the Flash because there's a show that a lot of fine people watch.
Well, what sucks is that in my mind, when I grew up, there was two shows, two animated shows that I watched: X-Men and Justice League.
100%.
Those are the two, like
The best.
yeah, like that was the show. So I know Flash, I know Green Lantern, and the Green Lantern I grew up with was Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
We need Jon Stewart in this one.
I think
Like have
everyone-
Hal Jordan, but we need Jon Stewart too.
But no, I think everybody agrees after that terrible Ryan Reynolds movie, let's
Yeah.
go with Jon Stewart.
Yeah, Jon Stewart's cool because he's also a cool, like, his thing is he becomes what Kilowog was. Like, he trains the Green Lanterns. He was a Marine sergeant. Like, he's badass.
Yeah.
Like, we want Jon Stewart.
Tyrese would be a good Jon Stewart, I think. I really think he could do
Have
it.
you
dude.
seen the movie Annapolis where he plays a Marine? Yeah.
Is it
So
bad or good? Or, I can't tell. I can't tell what you
it's not good as James Franco and Taj Gibson. It's not good. It's artsy.
Hey, both of them have been good at times.
They have been good at times. I don't think Tyrese is as good as he used to be. Sorry to cut you off. I knew
No,
you were, I saw you over
He
there.
was cutting you off, to be real.
yeah, I was.
It's fine.
What I hate about how Zack Snyder was doing it is the big event of Superman fighting Apocalypse or Doomsday.
Yeah.
Ruined
getting
everything
killed.
after it.
The second movie that he's in gets killed.
Yeah.
Like that's
They didn't
such a
build it.
big event. Like Marvel would plan ahead.
Yeah, that would be their 23rd movie.
How many movies did we get Iron Man in before they killed him?
Right.
And it mattered, and we cried. We all cried. You did out there too.
Yeah, 23rd movies.
There's so many big
bad.
DC events to do, but lead up to them. Like, make us care about the characters.
Man, I fucking hate the DCEU for ruining Batman versus Superman, ruining Doomsday, all in one movie.
Yeah.
Like,
and what's crazy is
get that now.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, the 4-hour movie that it is, which is
whatever.
It's okay. It's okay. And I wanted to love it, but it's just origin stories stuffed into a movie.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
He was catching up to what they did wrong. And
Exactly.
skipping
He was
all
trying to
of
catch
Every
up.
character should have been established before that movie.
Way before.
Yeah.
Like, when did they even... How many movies into the MCU before we even got a mention of Thanos?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That was wow. I mean, he was at the very end of the first Avengers movie.
But we still didn't see him for 2
You didn't
phases,
see him.
right?
You just
No,
saw
you
like
just heard
a
his voice.
shadow and his voice. Yeah, like it's just a brilliant idea. And playing for the long game. When you're DC, you know you have one of the most successful things ever in Batman, so you can assume all of the other ones could be that successful if you give them the time and let it mature. And they can be a lot of money along the way. Iron Man made a lot of money, even though it wasn't this huge versus thing like Batman versus Superman.
The thing is, it will be tricky to see how... Like, when you think of Batman, you think of Batman in Gotham City. You don't think of Batman teaming up with all the Justice... Like, live action.
It kind of feels awkward, honestly.
Yeah. So, it's like...
Well, he's just so grounded.
Yeah, he really is. He's got no powers. He's... honestly, he's one of the smartest characters in DC.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the comics. He's one of... Like, he's the great detective, world's greatest detective. And... A chance. And... he's just real, oh my bad. He's just real smart, and it's just that's his biggest superpower is his brains, and how he fucking trick like in the show he tricked Darkseid. Like, yeah, bitch, I learned the fucking formula or whatever.
In the show?
In the show he learned the
animated
death
series?
formula. Or something like that. I don't know. I saw a fucking Instagram clip of it, and then how he just like can interrogate people. Like, those characters all have certain things. Like Flash, like Batman is brutal, and so I don't know how they would marry that into a show, because Batman's brutal, Superman's a good guy, Flash is hopeful and playful. Like, when I think of Flash, I think of hope. Like, he brings his villains, like, he sympathizes with them and shit.
Yeah.
And then you think of Hal Jordan, he's cocky, he's like Han Solo. Jon Stewart's like the straight-laced badass, and then Wonder Woman is a fucking juggernaut. Like, they're all very different, so it'd be, I don't know. I'm just hyped to see how they bring them together.
If they start from ground zero of building out the Justice League, which character do they start with?
Superman, and I think they start with him like as he gets to the big city.
I mean, I've seen so many freaking origin stories.
I don't think it'll be. James Gunn will do it well enough. He's not directing.
I know he'll do it, but
yeah, he'll have a plan.
He's going to get the right people in place. I would rather. I know it seems off base for this.
They have to get the big three established first. So maybe they do a Wonder Woman movie first because she's the oldest. And they can do kind of like a Captain America thing where she's like away.
It's just so much work.
But how do they do a Wonder Woman movie that doesn't feel like the Wonder Woman movie we have?
The first Wonder Woman movie is
I'm going to be honest with you. I would not start with Wonder Woman. That's the one movie people were like, oh, the first one. The second one's bad. But the first one, people were like, oh, this is good. It's a goodwill movie.
Yeah. It's good.
So if you come out with this one and it's not as good, or if it's even equal, you're not winning. You're not building a grand thing. You can't do Batman because there's already Matt Reeves Batman. You're not going to do better.
Which
I guess it has to be Superman.
Yeah.
The Matt Reeves stuff.
Oh, it's so good.
The Matt Reeves Batman is good. I just wish. I mean, it's year 2 Batman, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's before. I don't know. I want a Batman that's. I want Robins, but I don't want Robins. Does that make sense?
I don't want Robin.
I want this.
I don't
want
Batman
kids
to get established enough where it would make sense to bring Robin in.
Yeah.
Like, we had to get Batman to train to the top of his game.
Yeah.
Well, I think the next one's going to pick up where he's like in his prime, and I think there's going to be the introduction of Robin as
Batman's
a kid
not
that
growing
needs somewhere
throughout the movie. Then it's a bad movie.
Yeah. That's
If
what
you have a
it's gonna
Batman that's already done everything,
Or a Batman
like
that-
Ben Affleck's Batman, who's already been through,
Oh,
the
yeah,
biggest
already
events.
lost, already
or
lost
Batman
Jason
that already
Todd.
broke his back and he's fucking weak and gets his ass kicked the whole movie.
Yeah,
Looking at you, Dark Knight Rises.
so,
Great movie. Not
but
better than the first one.
hear me
or
out.
The second one. Or the first one.
I know we think the big three, and I know that Flashpoint has been a real weird ride.
Yeah.
Hearing about everything with Ezra Miller and everything. That's over. That's not happening.
Good.
I don't believe that's.
I don't
gonna-
need,
I don't
and I don't
believe
need
it.
Michael Keaton back as Batman.
No, I'm sorry.
But-
Respect to him, but come on.
There are aspects of that movie that can be saved. Some of the scenes where it's not obviously Ezra Miller or something. I don't know. Maybe you just scrap the whole thing, but they could probably use some of the assets in that.
I want to.
What if they make a brand new Flash the way it's supposed to be with James Gunn leading it, not directing, but helping it along?
I want a good
and that's the
Flash.
beginning because he's such a wondrous character. Like he's very inquisitive and could be wondering about who else is out
And
there
he
that has
is kind of a
powers,
glue
you know?
in some of the storylines. Flash is the glue
Yeah.
to the
Well,
so-
it could
How-
be that at the end it's like a Sam Jackson, Nick Fury moment where someone comes to him
Yeah.
and is like, "Hey, we're putting together a team."
The thing-
You don't do it exactly like that, because
Yeah.
you don't want to copy completely, but
What excited me the most about Flashpoint was the possibility of getting Jeffrey Dean Morgan back as Thomas Wayne.
oh yeah. It's
'Cause
funny that that's
There's
like
a
the
timeline,
thing.
yeah, like the Flashpoint where he goes back and
Yeah.
don't he save,
yeah.
yeah,
Thomas Wayne Batman would have been really cool.
him as,
It's called a gun.
yeah.
He uses a gun.
Just murdering people. No, I'm not sad about Flashpoint because I never
No,
liked
me
Ezra Miller
either.
that
I don't like
hard.
Ezra either.
Yeah,
It feels
I'm gonna be
hokey.
honest, man. I don't think when I think of Flash, I don't think of and Ezra Miller. This may be but I think Ezra Miller is I don't want to say this mean, but he's like really skinny and frail, and I think of Flash as like
Beast.
he's a fucking
Yeah.
beast, bro.
No, everyone is okay with being mean to Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I'm sure. I just don't. I don't want to seem like I'm putting him down, but
And
I just
also,
don't picture him.
Flash is kind of he's the Spider-Man with the quips and stuff. Like he's the
Yeah.
funny one in
Right.
the
That's
group.
what
and
he
you need
really
that.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need somebody in that group that's not as serious as the rest of the group. Like
Yeah.
Superman's serious as hell.
Yeah.
Batman usually is serious.
Also, I follow Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor on Smallville, but he also voiced the Flash in the Justice League. And they, the original cast of the Justice League, got together
That's cool.
to honor because they were
Honor
all
Kevin
texting
Conroy.
and they were all like, I guess they were feeling bad about Kevin Conroy, so they all got together.
How about this? Instead of the Flash, no, the Flash is still my number one pick for starting it. Martian Manhunter comes down.
John Johns.
I want a Martian Manhunter movie.
A good one, yeah.
Yes.
Discovers Earth, and then you realize that the world or the galaxy is much bigger. The
Yeah.
universe is much bigger, and that ties in some of this bigger stuff and shows the scope of it. Or maybe the lanterns. Maybe it's the lanterns, and then at the
The
end
Lantern
you
Corps.
get Martian Manhunter reference.
This is what I would love how to start This is for my starting. For my starting, since you chose Flash, I'm going to choose Green Lantern and say first movie. I want my Green Lantern to be like Iron Man. First movie is how Jon Stewart gets the ring, how he becomes the. Second movie is the Green Lantern Corps, where he goes and fights a Green Lantern with the Green Lanterns, and then
Against Sinestro.
yes, and then the
That'd be
third movie
awesome.
is him setting up, like coming back to Earth and meeting like Flash or
Yeah.
someone else.
No,
Yeah, I think Superman. I think James Gunn's going to start with Superman, but I think that they need to start with the peripheral characters and move their way to.
Right.
At first,
No,
when we first
I
began
get
this, I said you need to establish the big three, but now you've talked me into.
Well, like you make
coming
it feel
around.
small,
Yeah.
so that he understands that that's what was so good about Iron Man, starting in a cave and
Yeah.
building into this fucking
With a box of scraps.
yeah, into this universe traveling thing,
Jeff Bridges,
multiversal
dude.
thing. DC should have done that in the first place, but we can still get that.
We can
and
still
that
get
excites
that.
me.
I think that's
honestly.
what I think that's
I
what it's
hope
going for.
that this makes me care more about DC because I will be honest, I don't care besides Batman.
Yeah, and you used to be the biggest DC fan.
Yeah.
You used to like DC more than Marvel
Yeah,
before
now
they
I-
screwed up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was always more of a Marvel guy, evidence here by my tattoos, but
The twos.
I never, disliked
No,
DC.
I don't just, yeah.
Like, I just got from the start when I heard Batman versus Superman was the next direction. I was like, oh, they're skipping every step. You know, like they're skipping the things that
Yeah.
made
They're trying to play
MCU
catch up
good.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't do that. What do you? What makes you think that
And
is
Zack
how they were
Snyder's
successful?
Justice League was a valiant effort to cover the bases that they skipped, but it was not what we needed.
But it
we
took
needed,
you 4 hours.
yeah,
to
it took
do
you
that.
4 hours in a
Yeah.
movie. You could have just made 4 movies.
It's a
Yeah.
slog. I mean, it's fine.
Now-
That's all I'll say. Like people that act like it would just fix everything. No,
No.
it's fine.
I will say, I like Cyborg's arc in that
Yeah, I do too.
a lot.
It was way better than it
Way
was.
Man, we needed
better.
a cyborg movie.
Dude,
that
that was my favorite Teen Titan growing up was Cyborg.
dude. That is the way you start it.
Cyborg?
You start with Cyborg going to the Justice League. And I don't know, you don't really want the Justice League to be formed, but like you could establish a world where the Justice League has already
already
done,
been formed.
You know, a couple of things like they're a new idea, and he's like,
Maybe
his
the Just-
dad is pushing him to become something bigger, and he's like,
Yeah.
I want to be in the Justice League.
Yeah, that would be a good Teen Titans movie because that's how he.
Yeah.
I think in some
doesn't have to be
comics,
first.
in some comics, he's the leader of the Teen Titans.
Yeah, yeah.
Where he goes to be the. This sounds so familiar. He goes to be in the Justice League, and Batman's like, "No, let's start."
Teen Titans go.
And that's how you make Teen Titans.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a thing. But yeah, I'm excited to see where they go with it.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
James Gunn, I trust him.
Me
Like,
too.
And when they said that, I was like, oh, it's gonna be good. And I got a little sad because I'm a big Guardians fan. I was like, this means the Guardians are really done.
Yeah.
It's over. Nobody's gonna take over that series.
Some of
No.
the characters will make it through, but it'll
Yeah.
never be another guard.
Yeah,
You'll
maybe
yeah.
The only option to continue, which I don't think they really want to, but Taika could do it. Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he could.
I don't know. Everybody all of a sudden hates Taika Waititi. But he has that same James Gunn style. His is just a little more like loud in your face. Which I mean, obviously, I like James Gunn better, but I think Taika's still really funny. He's like,
Yeah, I don't have a
I'm a
problem
big
with it.
Borderlands fan, and he's kind of got that thing where he's like, ha ha ha, laugh. Slapping you in the face with it. And sometimes I laugh. I laugh enough that I don't hate it,
I finally laughed at the ghost. It took me the 4th or 5th time. Thor, Love, and Thunder, but it finally got me. It finally broke me.
Yeah.
There's
The
enough where it
beginning was a
broke me.
little, on the nose.
It's when they crash into the planet.
Oh yeah. One last thing, and then we'll shut her down.
Shut her down.
Which C-list character would you like to see really fleshed out early on? Because Hawkeye was not a popular character in the MCU, in Marvel, until the MCU decided to make him a part of Phase 1. So who would that be?
The question.
The question.
Who the hell is
the
the question?
faceless guy?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
The
that
faceless
is what I
detective.
just asked.
Yeah.
Was a question.
Yeah, the question. Or Black Panther.
yeah, that's
they
a
have
good
a.
one.
They have a. They don't. It's a white dude in a panther costume.
They'll never do it.
DC has a Black Panther.
Is it the Jaguar? I think it's Jaguar. He's just
Oh
like a
my
boxing
gosh.
champion. I think he's a boxing
They'll
champion.
never do it. He'll
No,
be black.
but he's cool. That's fine.
I mean, it is 100% fine. Trust me. I'm saying they'll never do the white version.
No.
No.
I would like to see him start. I would not start, but I want a Black Canary movie.
Like a
Oh,
good
Black
one.
Canary. Black Canary is one of the dopest
Yeah.
characters.
I could see them doing that because, so far, Black Canary has been intertwined with Green Arrow and only. That's the only way they do it.
Maybe they could do a twofer in a movie, the origin of Black
Like-
Canary and Arrow.
It could be an
And I
Ant-Man and the Wasp
enjoyed
type thing.
the
Yeah.
Black
Be great.
Canary in the Harley Quinn movie. I thought
Yeah.
that Black Canary.
But she's
Yeah.
really good in Arrow, too. I like her in Arrow.
Yeah.
Mine would probably be Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Yeah, like Hawkman. Isn't their story they're throughout time they all find each
they
other?
have some really cool stuff.
And
DC.
didn't they try to do Hawkman stuff in Black Adam?
They did that. It didn't look good. But DC's Legends of Tomorrow, not a good show. Not advocating for it at all.
It seems like you are.
But no, they
About
had some.
to.
I learned a lot about DC lore from it. There's some really cool stuff in there. Adam was cool, and the
Yeah.
Hawkman, Hawkgirl stuff. Is it Hawkgirl? Because that sounds insulting.
Yeah. I don't know. Who cares?
Hawkwoman.
Yeah,
Surely it could be
Hawkman.
Hawkwoman.
Hawkgirl here.
Hawkgirl.
We got Hawkman and Hawk Lass.
Yeah. But we really want to hear what you think and what movie you want to see him start out with. If you're even excited for the DCEU,
I'm on the lesser
They're gonna
end
call
of
it
being
DCEU.
excited just because
They are.
I think so.
That's
I
stupid.
think James Gunn has mentioned it in a tweet and it said DCU.
Oh, DCU. Hey, they're already fixing the problem. What was extended about it?
He extended my nuts.
JGDCU.
JG Whitworth.
James Gunn's
Oh, I thought we were going JG Whitworth. JG Whitworth. 877 cash now.
God, we're
Sorry.
off the
I hate those
tracks.
commercials.
Me too. Okay. Well, tracks are made to be
But-
off of.
yeah, just tell us what you want to see from it and whether you're excited. If you like us, we like you too. And
Circle
come back
yes.
next week. Yeah.
Slide us a note.
Yeah.
Do you like us? Yes or no?
Right. And check out this video and this video and subscribe. And hopefully I remembered to put the things where they're supposed to be.
Put the things where the thing.
Put them over our faces, me and Ghost.
Yeah, I've done that before.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I know.
have a great day. We'll see you next time.